My time at the university equipped me in countless ways for a fulfilling and prosperous life beyond anything I could have imagined, and I'm grateful. So of course, when Bruce invited me to speak here today, I didn't hesitate. I said yes immediately, and then I hesitated. Because if there are any universal truths, one of them surely must be that it's better to think before you speak. And I had a lot of thinking to do. After all, I no longer negotiate the 21st century workplace, where technology evolves at a breakneck pace, where AI-powered systems are becoming more commonplace, and where experts predict that 85% of all future jobs don't yet exist. Let me underscore that point. The job you are likely to have at the end of your career hasn't been created yet. So I ask myself, how can one prepare? If change is the only constant, what guidance can I give? These aren't trivial questions. A few weeks ago, Netflix, after 25 years and 5.2 billion discs, announced that it would soon stop shipping DVDs by mail. The streaming platform that it introduced to its subscribers 15 years ago has rendered its DVD rental business obsolete. The company has moved on, yet it's still profitable. Contrast that with Kodak, which pioneered personal photography. And despite having invented the first self-contained digital camera, Kodak lagged the market because it was fearful of undermining its lucrative film sales. Of course, as you know, film cameras gave way to digital cameras, which in turn were eclipsed by cell phone, and Kodak filed for bankruptcy in 2012. So, how can one be less like Kodak and more like Netflix? Is it really possible to future-proof your career? As Bruce mentioned, for the past 11 years, I've been fortunate enough to serve as a mentor for many of my Lerner College students. And I can unequivocally say it's been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. When my mentees begin an internship or a job, I always encourage them to meet and make coffee dates with more seasoned colleagues and to learn from them. So consider this our coffee date. And the following 4 fundamentals are the best guidance I can offer you. I'm confident that they will serve you well as you prepare for whatever your unique future holds. First, nurture and grow your network. Research indicates that an individual will change jobs 12 times in their career. But current forecast says that that rate is accelerating, such that a college student today will hold 14 jobs by the time they're 38 years old. So, you can expect a lot of applications and interviews in your future, but keep in mind that the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that 70% of jobs are found through networking. Making meaningful connections can lead to your name being dropped in rooms you're not in, to recruiters seeking your attention, and to you being considered for opportunities that others may not even know exist yet. Your next job might very well come from a referral from one of your Lerner classmates. And nurturing your network means staying connected with trusted friends and family members as well, not just professional colleagues. Case in point, just last week I caught up with my dear friend Aaron. We met here when we were resident assistants. And as we chatted about our families, I mentioned that my son was graduating with his master's degree in architecture and was looking for a job. She responded, "Oh my goodness, her friend's firm was hiring architects in Annapolis." Aaron connected the two, and on Friday, John Mike was made an offer. It took 72 hours because a trusted friend made that connection. So I ask you, who in your network of family and friends and colleagues should you be sharing your good news at the completion of your advanced degree and the status of your job search? And if you have a job, have you been sharing what your career goals are? A nurtured network will support you in such a wide variety of ways. When I entered telecom in 1980, I arrived for a push for gender equality. The EEOC had sued major companies for discrimination, and as part of that settlement, AT&T agreed to increase the percentage of women in management for at least 10 years. I stood on the shoulders of many women and people of color who never had the opportunity to hold a managerial position. But I also found myself sitting in meetings opposite men many, many years my senior who had likely waited decades to hold a managerial job. I think it's fair to say that not all were invested in my success, and sometimes it felt like the loneliest place in the world. The friends I met here at the University of Delaware helped sustain me at the start of my career, as I sought allies and mentors in my new industry. And that network of trusted colleagues that I built and maintained opened many doors and opportunities, offered honest feedback when I needed it, and helped me grow throughout my career. I would not have enjoyed the success I have or the richness of life without those treasured friends, allies, and advisors. So I encourage you, seek out mentors, build meaningful professional relationships wherever you go. Now, don't expect to rely on one magical individual. To get the best counsel, take advice from multiple sources. Think of it as your own personal board of directors. And at the same time, understand that no one can advocate for you as effectively as you can advocate for yourself. Which brings me to my second fundamental. Build your personal brand. It's essential that you convey who you are and what you stand for. Assume that your colleagues, your supervisors, current or prospective clients, and even neighbors will Google you. Know that everything they see counts. Every photo, every video, every tweet or casual comment. They will work for either to build your brand or dilute it. So let me ask you, does your current online presence align with your goals? I want you to all take your phone out. I saw you all out on the green holding them, and I want you to Google yourself. Seriously, I want you to do it right now. I'll wait. You all have them in your hands. And as you start to Google yourself, I want you to ask yourself, is this the brand impression I want to make? While you're searching, let me offer just one example of how by being intentional, one can take control and actively shape and promote their personal brand. Alina Serbina is one of my mentees and a 2019 Lerner College graduate. She landed her first job at NBC Universal with the goal of moving to the NBC Universal Olympic marketing team as soon as possible. The company, however, dictated that you stay 18 months in a position before you can apply for another, and then COVID extended that time frame. While she waited, Alina did a great job in the role that she had, and she focused on building her personal brand and network. How did she do it? She joined employee resource groups like Women at NBCU and Young Professionals Network. She scheduled coffee dates. Oh, did she schedule coffee dates? She specifically targeted the entire Olympic marketing team, up to and including the Senior Vice President of Olympic Marketing. At the same time, she posted about gymnastics and cheer on social media. She followed elite athletes. She volunteered as a coach, and she even built a website. When the hiring manager for the Olympic marketing team did an online search on Alina, her passions and personal brand were very well established. And 6 weeks before the Tokyo Olympics, she received a call from the senior vice president, whom she had only met one time, because her reputation for great work and her carefully curated online presence told that VP everything she needed to know. She overrode the hiring policy to offer Alina the position of paid social media coordinator, for which a position had not yet been posted. And NBCU was not the only one that was impressed by Alina's credentials. 7 months after the Olympics, an ad agency recruited and hired her, and she's already been promoted there. This is not unusual. Companies today know they cannot expect employees to stay long-term, so they seek out highly qualified individuals who can make an immediate impact. An intentional personal brand can help them find you. And that brings me to my third fundamental. Train for resilience and embrace change. The pace of change in today's world is really mind-boggling. It would be comforting to know that someone, somewhere, might be able to predict the future, but COVID alone has shown us otherwise. And before you think, wait, We knew that a pandemic would happen eventually. Let me ask you, did you foresee how rapidly COVID spread? Were you prepared for the shortages and the price hikes when supply chains broke down? Did you really know the mundane things like surgical masks and vaccines would be politicized to the point of violence? I certainly didn't, which is why I'm a proponent of being a lifelong learner, pun intended, and why I'm confident that you have chosen well and will never regret your decision to attend this university. It represents an investment in your future. But true education teaches you how to think, not what to think. It gives you the tools to help you navigate our dynamic and ever-evolving world. I see education as a journey, not a destination. The things you have learned here are tools that equip you to evaluate the world around you with greater nuance, make choices that are rooted in data and reason, and adapt to whatever the future brings. Understand, I'm not saying that life will be easy. Uncertainty is always unsettling. But the degree you earn today speaks of your willingness to invest in yourself, to embrace change, to learn and to grow. Those qualities will never become obsolete. Finally, recognize that no matter the challenges you have faced, no matter how hard you have worked to get here tonight, you have benefited from the support of others. Please, show your gratitude by paying it forward. That's my fourth fundamental. One of the things I encourage my mentees to do is to volunteer. I've often said that leadership is not an innate skill. It must be developed and nurtured. And serving as a volunteer offers that opportunity. Change will come. Of that, we can be certain. But the world we inherit is the world we build. So join me today in pledging to using our unique skills and abilities, our energies and passions, our education and our beliefs to make the world better and brighter, safer and more secure, more prosperous, more equitable, and more just for this generation and for generations to come. I thank you again for inviting me to be part of this wonderful celebration, and I wish all of you the greatest of personal and professional success. Thank you.